Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram. And on this Cricket Happening Show, it's going to be the second match of the Tri Series in Zimbabwe, which is going to be happening between West Indies and Sri Lanka. So I'm going to preview that, and I can tell you one thing. So that is one thing that we are going to. And there's not much cricket happening. So basically, after I do a brief preview of the West Indies versus Sri Lanka match. Time permitting, I'll be looking at any, if at all, any cricket news is there which I could share with you. So let's do the preview of the second match which is coming up of the Tri Series, Sri Lanka versus the West Indies. Now let's talk about the West Indies first, because this West Indies team, well, there seems to be yes, it's Sri Lanka versus West Indies. But one thing that I can tell you is that this particular the West Indies team that we are talking about is lacking all the firepower. The reason I say if you look at the West Indies team, it is looking like a Caribbean Premier League team, because the reason being all the big names are not there in the team for whatever the reasons. So that is something sad, but that is what it is, and this is what the West Indian captain has got, and he has to actually play with this particular squad and do something about it. There's no Darren Bravo, there's no Marlon Samuels, wicketkeeper Dinesh Ramadhin is missing, there's no all-rounder Kiran Pollard. So definitely looking at this West Indian team, one feels sorry for it, that they are lacking a lot of experience. So one could say that the West Indies team, which I said, is looking like a Caribbean Premier League team, because Johnson Charles is the man who is the most experienced player in this West Indies lineup with 44 ODI. So that will really tell you as to. So one probably feels that both the teams are evenly matched in the sense, definitely Sri Lankans are having the edge, there's no doubt about it. But one thing that I can say is that West Indies, Sri Lanka definitely have some experience there, one can see that. But they also have a lot of youngsters. So, but this Sri Lankan outfit is a very talented outfit. And I'm sure Sri Lanka definitely holding the edge, no doubt about it. But West Indies definitely crippled, missing all the big names. So let's have a look at the West Indies squad. They have Johnson Charles opening with Craig Brathwaite. Now Johnson Charles is a very aggressive bloke. He really likes to go after the bowling. Craig Brathwaite is more of a plodder. One can say that he can hold the innings for the West Indies. Now that is what he's good at. He did it in the test matches, as you would remember. So he's good at that. There's no doubt about that. He did it against Pakistan, so he definitely is a good find. Craig Brathwaite is a very technically perfect player. Evan Lewis, well, he is a very exciting cricketer. Really likes to play strokes. And then they have Jason Mohammed, who has done very well in the CPL, Caribbean Premier League. So he's also a very useful player, Jason Mohammed. And then they have Shai Hope at number 5. Who's also talented, and then Shane Dowd is the wicketkeeper. Well, he has already shown what a wonderful addition he has been to the West Indies ranks. Even though Dinesh Ramadhin is not being considered, Shane Dowrich has definitely, I would say, he has definitely shown that he belongs to this category. Probably his wicket-keeping needs to perk up a bit. Other than that, I thought his batting is good. So definitely Shane Dowrich has definitely taken the place of Dinesh Ramadhin now. And then they have another exciting cricketer, Jonathan Carter, who is also can play some really exciting strokes. And then they have the big hitter, Carlos Brathwaite, the World Cup hero for the West Indies, the T20 World Cup hero. And then Jason Holder is the captain. As you know, he's a very astute captain who leads the side. And Shannon Gabriel definitely is one to watch for, because one knows the amount of pace that he has generated. He has really improved. The experience has made him the better person. He's able to generate a lot of speed, lot of pace, and not only that, he's also able to pick up the wickets. He was giving quick breakthroughs against Pakistan, as you would remember, and he also gave all the batsmen a tough time, and he has a very, very sharp bouncer as well. So definitely in the one-day category, one-day version, one probably will think that the short stuff, I mean the bouncer would not be used much. That is something that we all know about, but still Shannon Gabriel will really pack a punch. And and also then they have Suleiman Ben, the left-arm spinner. So if you look at this West Indies squad, I would say it's an opportunity for all these young guys to really come and really show that West Indies definitely possess reserve talent in plenty. I mean, the likes of Evan Lewis, Jason Mohammed, Shai Hope, Dowrich, Jonathan Carter. Everyone has to show that. So that is the real test for the West Indies. So West Indies definitely, not that one does not give any chance to them, but I can say one thing for sure, that this Sri Lanka are looking much equipped here against the West Indies tomorrow, with all the big names missing from the West Indies squad. So let's have a look at the Sri Lankan squad. Now Sri Lanka are coming with great confidence because they have already won the first match of the tri-series against Zimbabwe. Looking at it now, Dhananjay De Silva, there are a lot of players who would be probably playing their first ever test match against the West Indies. As I said, the attack barring Shannon Gabriel does not look any menacing. Dhananjay De Silva, as I said, he is one of those wonderful talents. I mean, he has made the cut to all the formats of the game, and that is what is needed today in modern cricket. You have to adapt yourself to the test version, the T20 version, the one-day version, and that's what Dhananjay De Silva is. He's an extremely talented person, and he will be opening the innings with Kushal Perera. He's in some good nick too. He just scored his yesterday, guided the Lankans to victory over Zimbabwe with a very, very very nice knock, very nice unbeaten 70, which also happens to be his highest score in one-day internationals. And he will be partnered by Kushal Perera. Now Kushal Perera is a dasher, as we all know, and Dhananjay De Silva is one who is not a dasher, but definitely has a lot of strokes in his repertoire, and he can also he is also the one who can really stay at the crease too. So Dhananjay De Silva and Kushal Perera make a very, very good pair. And then they have Nirshwan Dikwala, the wicketkeeper batsman, coming in as one drop. Kushal Mendes. Now Kushal Mendes has not been, after that very good series that he had against Australia at home. Kushal Mendes happens to be struggling. I mean, if you look at the test series, it was not a very good test series for Kushal Mendes. One probably thought against Zimbabwe that Kushal Mendes will score a lot of runs, but unfortunately that was not to be. So, and Kushal Mendes also, yesterday he was there for just a brief while, making an unbeaten 12. But Kushal Mendes, if he gets his opportunity, but Kushal Mendes, let me tell you, he is a wonderful talent. So, anyone who actually scores against Australia, one can really imagine what a talent he would be. So, Kushal Mendes, one can really expect something from him. Upul Taranga is the new captain of the Sri Lankan team, as we all know. He's the one who's leading the side. With Rangana Herath not playing ODI cricket. So Upul Taranga is the captain. He already has one win under his belt in the tri-series. Now Asila Gunaratne was a very surprise packet that the Sri Lanka unveiled. I mean, one knows that Asila Gunaratne was a good batsman. As I said, he came into the test matches against Zimbabwe, scored his maiden test ton, and also in the one days he's shown that he can be a very, very useful player. Because it's not only about his batting, but also his bowling. I mean, he's, as I said yesterday, he's looking like a two-dimensional bowler. Because he runs up to the wicket, and then he can surprise you with some medium pace, and suddenly he can become an off-spinner. So basically, he's someone that the players have to be careful. They have to be probably really watching his hand as to what he really does. He could be a surprise packet, according to me. And yesterday, as you know, he cleaned up the tail of the Zimbabweans. And Shehan Jayasuriya got a bit of tonking from Peter Moore yesterday. Shehan Jayasuriya, the left-arm spinner. Sachit Patirana is there. He's also another good talented spinner. And the pace bowling will be in the hands of the very, very experienced Nuwan Kulashekara, who is also a very useful one-day batsman lower down the order. And he can also be used as a pinch hitter. I mean, he can be told to he could be given instructions to go and really start firing right away from the first ball. He's such type of player. And then they have the bowling would be in the hands of Suranga Lakmal, who is an experienced bloke nowadays. And then they have Nuwan Pradeep, who can partner him well. So definitely there's a lot of things to look out for in this second tri-series match, which is coming up tomorrow between Sri Lanka and the West Indies. And looking at it, one is really wondering as to how the pitch is going to behave. As you know, in the first match, we saw that the Lankans actually had the luck of the toss and they inserted the Zimbabweans in. And there was a lot of grass on the pitch. It was damp. There were some clouds overhead, which really aided the Sri Lankans to make very rapid inroads into the Zimbabwe batting lineup. So, looking at what information that we have got here, it says that it is absolutely similar to what transpired between Lanka and Zimbabwe, where they are going to have some grass on the pitch. The clouds, probably there could be an overcast atmosphere there. And I'm also they say that there could be some thunderstorms in the afternoon as well. So one can keep our fingers crossed and hope the match really goes the distance. And as I said, it's a nice way for the West Indies youngsters to really show their talent in the absence of the big names. And Sri Lanka, we all know that they are a very, very good fighting outfit. And looking at the team composition, looking at what has been going on based on whatever records, I would definitely give the edge to the Sri Lankans against the West Indies tomorrow in the second Test series match, unless the West Indies come up with something extraordinary tomorrow. Well, so that is as far as the preview between Lanka and West Indies is concerned. Now let's have a look at some cricket news that's there on today. Now looking at the cricket news, well, yesterday, as you know, what really happened, I mean, the South Africans actually, they took the series 2-0. I mean, they have already won the series, but one knows that the South Africans are really hungry, and this is their third consecutive series victory against the Aussies. And any team which actually beats Australia in their own home ground, in their own den, is one can really say that they are really great, because the Aussies always have a very good cricketing reputation, and I thought South Africans really humiliated them actually. And another thing that I would like to say here is that Captain du Plessis has definitely come up in a very strong manner, saying that he's not going to rest on his laurels, and he says that he's bent on actually completing the mission, and that is making a clean sweep of the Aussies 3-0. The third and final test match, as you know, is having a great significance because it is going to be played, it's going to be a day-night test cricket, played with a pink ball under lights. It's going to be played at the Adelaide Oval, the third test match, and that is probably, one hopes that the day-night test match brings a certain amount of luck to the Aussies, and see whether they have some luck over there. Because the South Africans probably are going to be playing their first ever day-night test match in their history, but Aussies have definitely played against New Zealand, as we all know. But all in all, it should be interesting, but it looks that South Africa are really hungry, and they have very, very clearly, du Plessis, the captain, has been very outspoken. He has said that he's not going to rest on that, and he's going to see to it, and his mission is to actually make a clean sweep of the 3-match series. So it should be very interesting to see whether the Aussies can actually prevent that from happening. And as I said, if at all some amount of good luck or the rub of the green can come the Aussie way when the match is played at the Adelaide Oval, that is the third test match. And the other news that I can really talk about in a very brief manner here is that the former Indian great player Sachin Tendulkar has really hailed the move by the ICC to give more power to the. Tendulkar has said that a third umpire should be given more power to adjudicate on a decision. As you know, KL Rahul was not available for the Test match against England, but it seems that KL Rahul is back and up right now, and the Visakhapatnam Test match coming up on 17th. KL Rahul has been roped in. I mean, Kyle Rahul has been put in the squad, so that definitely means that Gautam Gambhir, KL Rahul for sure is going to play in the Visakhapatnam Test match. And the reason that I'm saying that is because KL Rahul, I mean Gautam Gambhir collected, in the sense he performed in a very dismal manner in the first Test match, not even reaching double digits. So I'm sure KL Rahul is the one who is definitely going to open with Murli Vijay. There's no doubt about it. Gautam Gambhir got his opportunity, but he has muffed it, and now probably Gautam Gambhir has to really wait for a long time to once again make a comeback. And that's what my gut feeling is, that one does not know what the selectors have in store. So with that being said, dear fans and subscribers, it's about time for me to really close this cricket show for today. Thanks for your company as always. This is your host Ram signing off by saying good night.